Hey guys, welcome back to Vid-Bits. My name's Brian, aka Pops, hanging out with you with some more Friday the 13th NES speedruns. And yeah, let's see if we can get a really good time today. Yeah, thank you, old school Kurt. He's got the hops. Don't hit the knife. Ouch. Come on. I'm super prepped, so that's why, you know. Of course, Jason's gonna take forever. Come on. Any second now. Go to the kids on the lake. There it is. I was on the wrong side. I went the long way. Ouch. Kids died. No, it did. Oh. It's a miracle. Bang. Oh yeah. He's in here. Nope. Ooh, coach. Oof. Woods. Risking Mark's life. Weak. Yeah, what's up? Old school Kurt, but not wavy. What? But wavy. Is he in here? Need some potions. Just one. Potion. 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 Come on. No, not a knife. No, not a knife. Oh, you bastard. Bam. Potion. Potion. I need at least one. Badly. Oh shit. Unless I can kill him, unless I can finish him on screen. Nope. He went in this freaking cabin. One of the worst. There we go. I'm surprised I got it, honestly. That was looking a little rough, to be quite honest. Sniffing around, eh? Shoot job. That should be woods. Yep. You have that key. You made a choice to be a counselor here. You're lucky I saved you. It's wasting my time. Once we got all of the anything outside, now I'm confused. I'll get that on the way back. Any second now. There it is. Oops. You missed the real Jack Gaming. Ooh. Ooh, God. Bastard. He just cut the shit out of me. Get farted on and I'm gonna die. Ouch. Waiting. Waiting. Lame. There's the machete. Ouch. This is crazy. There it is. Why is it back to the kids again? I don't know. Ouch. Nope. It's like the longest day one ever. 10 minutes and 32 seconds for day one. That's horrible. I think I just got Mark killed. I think I just got Mark killed. Oh my god. Okay. Whatever. This is the whack playthrough. Are you serious? Oh god. This is a bad play. That was just bad play on my part. It's bad RNG, but bad play too. Oops. That was maybe a mistake. Wow. Oh. Of course it's kids. God, I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I cannot handle Jason Cabin day 3. It's just, you have to just know when to start the dodge, and I just haven't figured that out. So bad. Not looking very good. If I could just get a potion. A potion. We gotta go looking in the woods. It's horrible in here. There it is. Finally got the legendary woods potion. Is it enough? One more potion and we would be golden. Oh, sorry about that. Well, we ran the entire loop. Ugh. The timing is just, oh my god, kids again. That's it. That's it, fellows. This has been a horrible run.
What's made it so horrible?
Oh, I'm gonna die with right here at the end because I got too many encounters on the road and I was unprepared.
Damn.
If I could pass this torch off to Chrissy.
Who's the next best after Mark?
I think Chrissy, but I don't know.
Who's the worst?
George.
Too slow?
Yeah. If I could get a potion. I guess I could use this to find out where Chrissy is. She's there. Here. Okay.
So do you understand how the map works? I remember the angry video game nerd kind of like trashing this game because he didn't understand how the map works, but it seems like if you were to go down, you were gonna go down on the map.
Yeah.
And then if you go up there, you're gonna go up on them. So I don't, or like if you use the lake for perspective, it's not as complicated as he like kind of acts like it is.
You want to go counterclockwise, you go right. You want to go clockwise, you go left.
Yeah, exactly.
They made it seem like it was really hard.
I mean, like they did the best they could with what they had.
Oh crap! I forgot. I don't have the sweater on Chrissy, so I'm gonna get his beasted. It's okay. We can at least see what we could do.
Is it sad that I haven't watched enough of the movies to know, like, do they actually use the sweater in one of the movies?
I think so.
I'm assuming
to trick him.
Yeah, I'm assuming that would be the case. I've seen the first one, which he's not even the killer in the first one.
Let's see if I can do this.
So, like, I've seen the first one, but I haven't, maybe I've seen the third one? See, I've seen one that I don't remember which number it was. which one is he like chained at the? I think at the end they like chain him at the bottom of the lake.
Yes. Wait. I actually did it. I freaking did it. I can't believe I pulled that shit out. But I mean, I freaking pulled it out though. Like that looked desolate. Like it wasn't even gonna be a dub. I'll take it. Jenny uses the sweater on Jason in part 2. They chain him. They chain him in the lake and stuff.
I've seen 6. I saw 6 on TV, I think, when I was younger.
That didn't look like it was even. That's like not a good time for me. But like just making sure I still got a dub.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy.
You guys enjoy Friday the 13th? We've kind of been running both the newest game and the original simultaneously. It's such a sad case that copyright is the main reason why the Friday the 13th the game didn't get any subsequent updates. Like what ended up happening was, I guess, like it's like I think multiple people own the rights for the the 10th movie or something, and then when they tried incorporating him in, there was like a big lawsuit about it. There's like a discrepancy over who they believe had the legal rights to it.
Yeah, so many things end up in limbo because of that stupid stuff.
And it's just like, it's just who they just want to see, like if they can get their hand in that money. That's all.
Yes.
Can I get a portion of those sales? If not, then nobody should be able to.
Nobody should. Yeah.
Like what the hell? Like that's so selfish, in my opinion.
It is. Because the fans are the ones that lose out.
Because to me,
and they would have purchased it.
I'm gonna be so real. I have more fun playing Friday the 13th, the game, than I do Dead by Daylight.
Really?
I like Dead by Daylight. It's just like there are so many killers in that game that I can't remember all their respective mechanics. Whereas each Jason in Friday the 13th has only a subtle difference. Like say, this one's good with traps, this one's good with throwing knives, this one can't swim. You know what I mean? Like, the 5th one can't swim because it's not really Jason. You know, like, he can't do, like, the super fast movement underwater kind of thing. Which is kind of funny that he becomes, like, a super swimmer after he dies, considering he drowned.
Gotta get that revenge.
So, Vince, what's your favorite Friday the 13th movie? And then I also saw the one where he's in New York. Which one is that? Where he, like, stows away on a ship.
No, this is like the worst case scenario.
You like part 1 and 2? Which one was he in New York? I'm trying to... Yeah, it was very cheesy. I found that one was almost like over the top. Yeah, that was the other one that I saw. So I've seen 1, 6, and 8, which is a very odd. And I don't think I saw all of 1. I think I only caught the end of that. Yeah, I would definitely like to go through and watch them, because they're not... It's not... Like, I love slashers because they're not scary.
Yeah, they're campy.
Yeah, I like campy horror.
Literally campy.
Yeah, literally. You're very, very right on that one.
Please don't follow me.
But, like, I don't know. I like psychological thrillers. My preferred variety of horror is a psychological thriller. But it's gotta be well thought out. I think a lot of them are just, like, shocking. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that thing happened.
Right.
Like, whereas I feel like, I want something that's gonna make me think. But it's not gonna, like, I don't know, I don't want to watch something traumatizing. Some people want to watch, like, the craziest shit possible.
They love having a bunch of nightmares.
Right? Like, I want to watch something with nuance. Like, I don't know, what's... I remember I had watched something at Nanny's house. Was it Candyman? The guy who controls the bees or whatever.
Oh my god.
He's like the bee killer. His origin is like really horrible and really sad, but like then you kind of like once you learn that you're like, I don't know why he's killing these people, but I feel bad for him. Like it's always like they have to make the killer have some sort of like relatability or like a backstory that's gonna make it so you feel bad, like a little bad for them. Yeah, that movie's just like really sad. And kind of just like I think the coolest part about the movie is probably like it being all in New York. I believe it was New York, and then like a lot of the sets were or, like not sets, but like the locations they picked to film were interesting. I think they remade that movie semi-recently. I hate that horror does that so often. They almost started
the remake.
Oh, it was in Chicago. Why did I think that was in New York? Yeah,
Chicago.
They picked a pretty good location for that movie. I think my least favorite horror movie I've ever seen was one of the Saws that I watched. They're just the first one is a good movie. I will say Saw 1, it's good, it's climactic, it's not too brutal to the point where you're like I'm going to throw up. And then each time they try to top themselves again and again, oh, it's more and more gory and more of a bloodbath. And it's like that's not what I watch horror for. You know what I mean? Whereas I think the whole twist at in the first movie is good, and that's about it. That's about the extent of my enjoyment in that franchise. I've also seen. I'm trying to think of all the horror movies I've seen. I haven't seen all of it, but I have also seen parts of what is it? I think it's I Know What You Did Last Summer or whatever. And those are campy horror movies as well.
Yeah.
Very, very cliche. What else? I think my least favorite horror movie that I ever watched, some really weird movie with Nicolas Cage in it. I don't remember. It was just not good. I don't like Nicolas Cage, really. I do kind of want to watch that movie with him and Pedro Pascal, and I thought that looked kind of fun.
Yeah, that looks fun.
But yeah, I'm not the hugest horror fan. Like, I feel like there's a lot of like classics that I haven't seen. You know, I don't really think I've watched any of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I mean, I remember my uncle subjected me to watching them when I was younger, or at least the only time that you guys left me over at Bear's house.
That's what they do. Gotta try to find a way to traumatize you.
He's my douchey uncle. Shout out my douchey uncle if you ever watch
Douche.
this. He probably would never. But yeah, that was, looking back on it, it is not that scary. It's just one of those things that as like a 7 or 8 year old you don't want to watch.
Nope.
Unless some kids really do like being scared.
One of my friends growing up was all about that.
I did not like being scared. I was not a big fan.
But you like being psychologically thrilled?
I like thinking. I like having a deep, like something that makes you think a lot. And it's like, oh, well, like you, like kind of, the story unfolds as you go and you really have to kind of, you know, put it all together.
Yeah.
I also like really poor quality or low budget horror movies. Like, I saw this. I remember I was on a kick of watching Dead Meat, the kill count guy or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing one of the kill counts, and I decided to watch the movie that he was watching, or he was like talking about. And it was like this really low quality movie about like 3 kids who are like born under an eclipse or something, and then I guess they end up becoming like killers or whatever, but like it's just so silly. It's almost ridiculous. But yeah, that I remember that was one of those movies that I just decided to watch. It was ridiculous. The child actors were really good in it though. Like they took like I don't know, like they were almost like the stars of the show because like the adults were almost kind of shitty actors, but like they seemed damn maniacal.
They probably just figured that the gore and stuff would just get it over.
It wasn't too gory, I wouldn't say.
No.
It was a lot of off-screen killings. I think it's a PG. It might be a PG-13 movie, so in that case, they can't really show anything on screen. What else? I'm trying to think of other horror movies I've seen. I thought Happy Death Day was okay. It was kind of like Groundhog Day, where like she like gets killed over and over and over again until like she finds out like who the killer is, and it was interesting. It's not my favorite.
Yeah, that's it.
You grab the knife?
I grab the knife. That's ridiculous. Oh my god. That was a good run, too. Get conditioned to get the knife, and this is not a game you're gonna get the knife in.
Ghosts and Goblins, maybe. Ooh, the other thing. The original The Thing. That's a good one.
I'm getting rewarded with being spawned inside the cave, which is really rare.
Dre says, in the category of cheesy horror, Brain Dead is one of my favorites. I've never seen that. I don't even think I've heard of that movie. Let's see.
Man, there's this really shitty one. I'm thinking the name is... Brain Scan. It's fucking horrible, right? This guy, I think it's Brain Scan. This guy like plays this VR game, but he thinks he's murdering people, but then he finds out that he's doing it in real life. Because like he's being mind controlled when he's in the VR thing. And then he's like trying to work with the evil guy to like cover up his murders. It's just like it's fucking horrible. God. I remember watching it on like one of the paid channels.
Oh, actually, I know the worst. The worst horror movie I've ever seen is, it's the Halloween movie that's nothing about Halloween, and it's all about the there's like masks. Which one is that? God, that was one of the worst
Halloween
movies.
2? Is that what it is?
It's like the Witch's Curse or some stupid shit.
Where they wear the masks?
Is that Halloween?
I don't know, I think so.
God, it is so bad. Which one is that? If anyone knows in the chat. It's the one where it's literally about, like, it's not really about Halloween at all. Season of the Witch or something?
Yeah.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. It's got a 50%. Who would have guessed? Yeah, that is. I think that's like the only Halloween movie I've seen too, and it's like the worst one.
Oh, he's in there. Oh, he's.
They're showing it on TV soon at 10:30.
Sure.
Yeah, this movie sucks. It's like all about this company that's like making the Silver Shamrock company, and they're like making these novelty there's like a pumpkin head and a witch hat and a skull, and like then they I don't even remember, they like take over people or some shit. I don't know. Like it's like they took a completely unrelated movie, slapped the title Halloween 3 on it, and was like,
it's Halloween 3.
Ugh. And it's just sad because like Halloween is like a really cult, or not cult classic, but a very popular franchise, and it's like I've only seen the worst one. It's weird. A lot of the horror movies.
Oh, I missed a cabin somewhere.
A lot of the horror movies I've seen, I've just seen some of the worst, like some of the worst ones, or like I feel like I haven't finished them. There's like so many horror movies I've seen parts of. I would beg to say that there are more horror movies that I've seen parts of than horror movies I've watched fully. Gosh, what was that movie I watched with my friends at the drive-in? That movie sucked. It's one of the newer Evil Dead movies. It was just horrible. It was Evil Dead Rise. That movie blew. Like, I was falling asleep in the middle of it. Like, we went to the drive-in, and when you go to the drive-in, there's one movie you want to watch and one movie you don't want to watch. And unfortunately, we got there early, thinking that the movie we wanted to watch was the first showing, and it was the second showing. And we sat this really horrible horror movie that had no consistent plot. We kept asking each other, "What's going on?" and "What's happening?" Like, there's no
no cohesiveness to it at
yes,
all.
exactly. No cohesion in the story, no consistent plot points, really. And I was wondering, like, if was I not paying attention, or is this movie really just that bad?
That's the worst.
6.5 out of 10. Yeah. Sounds about right. Like, the visual effects weren't horrible, but it was not like a fun, like, enjoyable movie.
Oh shit. I almost got somebody killed. Oops. Says almost got me confused. Appreciate it, bro, hanging out. Hopefully. Oh god, I skipped the letter.
I still don't really understand how the rooms work. I'd say that's my only... Like, it seems like portions of the room appear out of nowhere. You'll take a turn and there's just an entirely different part of the room. Oh, I've got the hiccups.
Oh shit, why'd I skip that? That's what I wanted, right? Skip the one I wanted. Alright, there we go.
Sorry, I saw this post. It was about Moist Critical and how much he hates Arby's because he got a sandwich with raw chicken in it.
That's horrible. I mean, it's not hashtag not all Arby's, but still.
That's what I'm saying. In our area, the Arby's are not that bad, but it seems like in Florida, where Charlie lives, it's horrible. He got food poisoning from the raw chicken at Arby's. I'd be mad too. The few times I've had food poisoning, I was really upset at the person who had, like the place I had gone to, or the person who I had ate whoever I'd ate with. I was like, it's kind of shitty. Like, you were responsible with me getting foodborne illness. Thanks.
Jeez. He was pissed. Usually never comes in with the double tap 3 times in a row.
Thank you guys so much for supporting the Friday the 13th content. You know, I didn't know that I guess it's with Friday the 13th the game, it's kind of hard for some people to find lobbies depending on your region, so it's pretty sweet that we're able to, you know, to show the game off and play a little bit before it closes, you know. I think a lot of people are just now finding out that they're able to play again.
Yeah, it's only for until the end of the year, so take advantage of it while you can.
Yeah, I will. I'm definitely going to. I'm gonna let my buddies know, and you know, maybe they'll appear in a live stream. Who knows? I'll have to talk to them and make sure they don't.
We could also try to do some multiplayer.
Yeah,
stream some multiplayer, and you can just stream from your perspective.
Yeah, we could. Me and you.
I can find you in the map, and you can try to keep me alive.
Hell yeah. I'm down.
It's like the forward jump is not really your friend, so what you end up doing to avoid accidentally jumping into the knife is when you get to a new section of the screen, you'll just jump up like this and see if anything spawns, and if it doesn't, then you can just, like, if it does spawn, you can
It spawned behind you.
Yeah, apparently there's like 12 or 16 knife spawns, which makes no sense why they would continue to spawn. Like on the, I guess they probably could figure it out, but they will continue to spawn on the characters that you don't need them, and then just basically are accidental resets all over the place. That's fine. That's a key. So
what is the key for?
It's the door to get to Jason's mom. It's the door to get to it opens any doors that are locked.
You only get one?
It doesn't. It's a skeleton key, I think.
Okay, so you just pick one up and that counts for...
Yeah, so when you see it and it spawns, I usually leave it there, so like if it's the one that will keep respawning on the screen that I'm at, I don't have to worry about if that's an accidental pickup or not.
Oh.
God, he's blocking the door.
Smart.
This is a rare pattern, guys. He has not been this... He has never done 3 doubles in a row to me on day 1, let alone 2 times in a row.
You're playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Thank God I got that experience.
It's Purple Jason's Punch-Out, man.
I knew he was in here. I knew it.
What are you looking for?
Jason.
Oh. Yeah, the room layouts are so confusing to me.
Well, what you get him, you get him.
Nice.
That could have been a better day 1, but he was just really weird. And he made me pretty much completely kill him inside. Jeez. Right in my face.
Eric Dodson says, I always found it funny that Jason attacks with a toothbrush in the cabins.
He's just trying to make sure that you don't punch holes in your teeth.
Dude, on that screen with the rock background, you can't even see the knife if it's there.
Yeah, that's true.
Galaga.
Shut up. It's like when I didn't know anything about Friday the 13th, because I played the game before I watched any of the content, and I just thought that was like Medusa Head. Like Medusa Head, that's cool. I don't know what it has to do with Jason, right?
You played this before you...
I was young when I played this, when this game came out and everything.
It's kind of funny.
Unfortunately, I was objected to the Friday or the Nightmare on Elm Street movies when would have had my choice to tell my friend which thing he forced me to watch. I really wish it would have been these because they were a lot more acceptable because it's just so...
It's not as vile.
Yeah.
And like... Okay, so It kind of reminds me of did I tell you that I played the Lego Star Wars games before I watched the Star Wars movies?
Really?
So my plot synopsis is what I understood of the Lego Star Wars movies.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. It's pretty funny when you have like a weird introduction to a franchise and not like the most common introduction. Like say how my introduction to Spyro is Skylanders. And I'm sure that pisses a lot of Spyro enthusiasts off because he doesn't even look like the same character.
Excuse me, sir. I am a Spyro enthusiast. You have irked my eye.
Isn't Johnny Depp in one of the Nightmare on Elm?
Yeah.
Is that the first one?
He's in the infamous waterbed scene.
Yeah, I have seen that scene where he just gets sucked into it.
And splurted all over the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yuck. Oh god. That was right in my face too. Okay, so let's start here. This one.
God, I also saw the horrible Texas
Are you
Chainsaw.
kidding me?
I saw the Texas Chainsaw remake, and that was horrible. I watched that at a friend's house. Just not good. And I hate that horror movies are so notorious for making remakes of an existing franchise that already had is classic or well known.
Yes, bastard.
Yeah, it was a 2003. Yep, it totally makes sense. I've seen a lot of bad horror movies, and especially considering I've only seen the worst Texas Chainsaw movie, and people really do like the original. I think it's just because it's on what I would consider like a shoestring budget. Like, it does not seem like they paid a whole lot of money in set design.
Dude, the best movies are like that.
All of the set money went into the house.
I
and
guess
there's one main location they're at for like the whole time.
I just read that Quentin Tarantino's one of his best movies is Reservoir Dogs, and
I still haven't seen that.
The suits were all given to him because the designer liked the premise or whatever. Like, the budget was almost all of the budget was used to secure the song that he uses during the scene, like the main scene that people talk about. If you haven't seen it, I won't run it for you, but yeah, Stuck in the Middle with You. Almost all the budget was used to secure that song. He said, if I had nothing else for the soundtrack, I need that song. That's crazy.
I've heard that that's a really good movie.
It's a really good movie.
That is one of those movies that I've heard that it has one of the biggest differences between.
It's something I'm surprised hasn't been spoiled for you, because it's got so many prolific actors in it, and it's
got one of the biggest discrepancies between critic review and audience review, from what I've heard. Like, the critics bombed it, and then
they just hated Tarantino at the time, I think,
because he loves feet.
He's a weirdo.
Is there a character that's gonna touch feet? Insert me. That's what he says. He's like, ooh, I get to be the guy who touches the person's feet. People kind of universally clown on him for that. Like, not to mention that he is honestly like my least favorite character in Pulp Fiction. Even though he doesn't kill anybody, he manages to be one of the worst people in the room. You know what I mean?
He's a dick.
Like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like he's controversial too. He's kind of a controversial director. Don't get me wrong, I feel like Pulp Fiction's a great movie. I don't know why he would write that character for himself. Ultimately, not going to talk about the character or why I don't like him.
I think a lot of it was just, oh my god, why does he do this sometimes?
Maybe he did it for that very reason. Like, his character isn't anyone who's killing anybody, but he's just...
I think he's like, if I'm going to put myself in the movie, then I don't want to be like a cool character. I don't want to be like a, you know what I mean? Like,
Leonore's Mind. You got a check mark next to your name? Are you verified? Is that what that is? Welcome to stream.
Appreciate you.
Dad's been speed running some Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I'm not doing fast torch or anything, which I found out yesterday by some of the people that were watching. But
Oh, the check marks for work. Okay, I was like, interesting. You played this as a kid? Yeah, Dad also was subjected to the shitty LJN games as a kid, so he knows how to maneuver them.
More like I was terrified at how horrible they were as a kid, and I've been on a quest in my adulthood to master them. The only one, like one of the next ones, and I just been dreading it because it's just such a horrible freaking game, is Bill and Ted's Excellent Video Game Adventure.
Oh God!
It's just like I just want to just master it so I can beat it once, see the ending. It's just atrocious. It's like jumping into dead air. I'm gonna take a lot of damage getting through this.
I feel like the more that people play this game, the more they enjoy it. It's almost like a cult classic. Like, people kind of hate this game, but at the same time, the more that you stream it, the more I realize that people really do have like a secret fondness for it.
Yes. And they've been completely different playthroughs today than they have been for the last couple days, which is crazy. Just different RNG altogether. Hopefully he comes for the last stand now. We can just finish it right here.
It just, I don't know. To me, it's just nice that you can run the original, and then I can run the, I'm going to be streaming Friday the 13th, the game, later today. If you guys didn't know, there's a new update for that gives everyone all the perks and everything, so kind of puts everyone on an even playing field. And then they made it so the servers are peer-to-peer now, so you're able to actually matchmake and find games. So I've had a lot of fun playing that, and I'd love to do a playthrough with you. Do like you said, play some online. Oh, come on.
It was something. It was not the cleanest.
Better than that 21 minute. Eric says this was one of the few LJN games you actually loved as a kid. Nice. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are coming to enjoy this game a lot.
Arson Tube says, love this game growing up. I found it difficult, but anybody ever played Brainlord by Enix on SNES? Underrated gem that a lot of new gamers don't know about, kind of like Zelda 2. I've heard of Brainlord. Enix, I mean, most people don't think about Enix as a separate entity. They just think about it as when they merged with Square, so...
Enix?
Enix, Square Enix, Square Enix. I think it depends on regionally where you're at. But yeah, I that's great. That's a great...
Maybe we'll check out Brainlord sometime.
Alright, let's give it one more go, and then, yeah, we'll call it see if we can get a good time. You don't have to hit reset either. Once you hit start, just like all the Friday films, it just loops you through.
Leonor's Mind says, back in the day we didn't have many games, so when we got one, we played it a lot, even if it sucked.
Yep, that's absolutely
That's true. Even, like, I feel like the prevalence of renting definitely helped. I feel like at least if you rented a game instead of buying it, you could know whether that was a game, say like you rented a game and it was a game you really liked, then you could dedicate to maybe buying
Well,
it.
that within itself, you never, if your parents were paying for that stuff, and also games or rentals, you never wanted to show disappreciation, because that was just going to encourage them to not do it again. So you just had to suck it up. You just sucked it up. Like, you stood at that wall and you flipped the boxes over and you looked at them and you stood there forever. You better...
Yeah, but like, your bet... Okay, there was no internet at the time, so the only thing you had to go off of was Nintendo Power and word of mouth.
Yep.
As well as the few pictures on the back of the box.
Yep.
That's it.
A couple paragraphs and that's it.
Eric makes a good point. Eric says, I've always used Chrissy since she is just as fast as Mark, but the sweater actually works better on her compared to Mark.
Really?
Well, it's like that in...
I guess I only picked Mark because his rowing's the best. But yeah, that's a good point. the next day that I run it, I'll run Chrissy only, and we'll see what the difference is for the day. So when I run it tomorrow, I'll run Chrissy only tomorrow.
Yeah, compare it. Maybe you'll get a faster time.
Yeah, I mean, especially because there's people that know what's up, and they already know.
It's just awesome that there are so many people running this game now, where you feel like you can all come together as a community and talk. and learn more more nuanced information about the game. Like sometimes
Other people were telling me about spawns and how many there
Right, and
were
that's
everything else. I'm
amazing.
like, he said that the community was really accepting and not toxic.
That's great,
Yeah.
because I feel like a lot of speedrun communities tend to be toxic. The most toxic, in my opinion, is Mario 64. That's because it's the biggest speedrun community, having the most people speedrun it consistently every month.
You know what the
And
the toxicity is about though? I think it's because people are so desperate for breaks in like some sort of innovation or something that if you can't do it and you're not doing it, they feel like your content is just a waste of time.
What if eventually we are capable of making some sort of breakthrough? It just takes learning the routes and learning how to do it. I believe that you could possibly put a 70 star together that's faster than some of the fastest times.
Somebody told me that a couple weeks ago.
Woo! Shout out to Pixel Floofs for subscribing.
Appreciate the
Thanks, man.
on-stream subscription.
So the alerts are working again?
I guess so.
Huh.
I should just go.
I think it's pretty cool that in Friday the 13th, the characters that they pick are actually from the movies.
Yeah.
I do believe so. I think Fox is... I don't know if all of them are, but I know Fox is definitely from the movies. Yeah. She's a character in Friday the 13th Part 3 and Friday the 13th the final chapter. Yeah. I think that Friday the 13th is a series that maybe we should watch this year.
Yeah.
Maybe not all of them.
I mean, last year I did all the Halloween movies before Halloween.
You did?
I did.
When?
On my own.
On your own?
Yeah.
Even
the first 5 or 6 of them. When I say I did them, I watched that guy that does the kill count show. I watched all of the kill counts on all the
that
Halloween
doesn't
movies.
count.
Well, I just don't have any desire to watch the majority of some of that stuff.
He does a
really good job. Like you said, the stuff I thought that was interesting, I noted, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll go watch this, or this one. But like, there's a lot of them. I'm like, I'm glad I actually got the Cliff Notes version.
Well, that's how I knew that. Or that's how I figured out that I'd want to watch The Thing, the original. I didn't think that.
George is getting Mark killed now.
Oh
George
my
is
gosh,
getting
he's so
Mark killed
slow.
Yeah, he's getting him killed.
Does he have a pant? Are his pants full of bricks?
Oh, just to find him inside.
That's a good point, Eric. The names of the counselors in this game are from Part 2, but he's wearing the mask that he put. His trademark mask comes in Part 3.
When does he put on the trademark purple jumpsuit?
In the game, and in the game, people
But
consider
it's in the game that you're playing too,
people
though.
consider him the worst because, okay, I guess because his music starts from a different range.
Yes.
Like you can hear the Jason's Near music a lot sooner, and like he's also more noticeable given the fact that he's bright purple. I just think it's awesome that they made a reference to it. I think that's really cool. He's my go-to Jason. I play Part 3 Jason. Just because he's the best trapper, or one of the best trappers. His teleport, his morph or whatever is really good. And I also like using Retro Jason, even if people don't like him.
It's what you like.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're the one that's spending the time on the game.
It is hard. I will say that for whatever reason, every game that is like Friday the 13th or Dead by Daylight is like 3 times harder as killer than it is as the survivors.
My problem was that people that I was facing when I was trying to play as Jason had known how to rope-a-dope you around.
Or
they
know
knew exactly
all the
how to
routes.
run you around.
Yeah, exactly. They know how to go from window to window,
and
back
unless
into
you were
the
good
building.
with knives and you could get them with some sort of projectile,
if you get that's why I play part 3 Jason, is because he has I think he has better knives, or maybe he starts with more knives.
Maybe more damage with the knives, or longer stun with the knives.
No, I think he starts with more knives, because if you throw them, then you can get them to be injured, and if they're injured, they can't run it.
I'm brushing my teeth. Leave me alone.
It looks like he's waving a little white flag. It's like, I give up.
Be in here. Like I was saying later, like one of these times for the channel, maybe it'll be like, I don't know, maybe I don't have to do a face reveal to do it, but thinking about doing like building these cabins in like Lego so you could see what they would look like in 3D, and maybe that would help some people that don't get the perspective.
Yeah.
To look what they would look like. Because I think that's the, like, I could just, I guess it's because of doing maps on graph paper for Dungeons and Dragons, I could just see what this is. Plus, a lot of NES games and growing up in that era, when they had this 3-dimensional bullshit, like, you just had, like, it all controlled the same. Like, especially, like, what was the other one? Fester's Quest. It's got that, oh, God, that game was horrible. Sorry I referenced it. It's not going to be played, I promise. We're not playing that for the spooky one. It's a horrible game.
I saw that in a Hidden Gems video one time. I was like, do you not know what a hidden gem is? I would not consider that game a hidden gem by any means.
Is that really day 2? Oh shit, I can't be killing him. Is this day 2? Shit, I can't be killing him. What am I doing? Oh my god. I didn't get the sweater and almost killed him. Oh my god, that would have been over. I literally was about to kill him and move on to day 3, and you do not get the sweater on day 3, you get the pitchfork. Oh my god, that would have been horrible. What am I doing? I was so excited. I was like, wow, this is going to be the fastest day 2 ever. That's so bad. And if he catches me on the road, I'm dead, because then I will...
Does he retain damage?
He retains... No, he refreshes his health, but the problem is... I've hurt him so much now that when he shows back up, it's going to be last stand mode, so he'll stay till either he kills me or I kill him. And, like, I can't have that. I need to get to the cave as quick as possible and get the sweater. That's crazy. I was like, wow, this day 2 is going crazy fast. Dumb. Okay, we're good. We're good now.
So that means when he does show up, you can kill him right away.
Yes. That was crazy. I always decide which side, or I forget which side I want to be on.
Medusa.
And you can see it, right?
And man, in which movie does her head float around like this?
Did they cut Jason's mom's head off in one of the movies?
They do. I think they use it against him.
Oh god.
It's pretty fucked up.
That is.
Like, I don't care if she was a murderer. I don't know if that justifies you getting to cut her head off and use it as a weapon.
Probably not. Oh, no. I'm gonna say no. Survey says no.
Well, because, like, even in Friday the 13th, the game, like, you start in the shack where her head's just sitting there.
Got 13 people watching us play Friday the 13th besides the 2 of us.
And shout out to you guys. This is, I think, a stream record for us. Was that 23 viewers earlier?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That might be a new best for us. Shout out to you guys.
We've had 20 people in these Friday the 13th NES.
The Halloween season is just hitting for the spooky games, man. I'm glad that you guys have been supporting Spooktober so much, because it was a project that me and Dad really were passionate about, playing a different spooky game every day for October, just like Game a Day May, where we showed off a different game every day for the month of May. It's one of my favorite things about the channel, is getting the opportunity to make little themed events like that. Friday the 13th Part 2 is where her head is shown in the shrine. Oh, do they not cut? Oh, alright. The sweater gives you increased damage against Jason? Or less damage?
Less damage.
Less damage. You take less damage. Eric says, Friday the 13th Part 1, she was the main villain and gets her head chopped. Yeah, okay, he's right. Yeah, I did. I remember that now. she gets her head chopped off at the very end of the first movie. And then she's shrined in the second one. In the second one, Jason just wears like a bag on his head. I guess they hadn't figured out. Yeah, it decreases damage from Jason.
Get that sub 12. Stay on the screen. Get ready. I'll tell you when. Now. Yes!
Is that
That's the
personal
personal best. That's the personal best.
Woo!
All right.
That's a new stream best, a new personal best.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
The first time I did this a couple days ago for the first personal best episode, it was 12 minutes. So 11. I mean, maybe stopped it just a second too. Maybe.
I don't think so.
That's awesome.
You said it early. I stopped it once he stopped taking damage.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right, man, that is awesome. Friday the 13th has been doing really well this month. You guys are loving it. You're eating it up. We're dishing out breakfast, lunch, and dinner Friday the 13th every day.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much, Old School Kurt, for stopping by. He said at the beginning I got this, and I was like, okay, 12 minutes was really rough, but maybe it was that second round. Even though I didn't get the sweater till the very end, I still did so much damage to him in that second day. Thank you, Old School Kurt, but wavy. I wonder who that is. Vince McAley.
But me,
I'm gonna think about we're gonna think about some of the things that you guys were talking about. Appreciate
thank you guys for talking
Dre as
both
well.
to us and to each other, because it's nice to be able to have an open dialogue with everyone and have a good conversation and stream. You guys are awesome.
Eric Dodson definitely with the comment about the toothbrush. That's hilarious.
Shout out to Eric and Artisan Tube for being so knowledgeable about the series. I love to have some experts. If you guys are interested, I'm going to be doing some Friday the 13th the game a little bit later if you want to hop in stream. And if you're not familiar, if you don't know who we are, I'm Braden
and I'm Brian.
This is my dad Brian and we both run the Vid-Bits, a channel where we play games, old games, new games, all kinds of stuff. We're trying to show you hidden gems. I hate that term, but games that you may not have known that are super awesome, or games that you personally may have an affinity towards that other people may not be the biggest fan of. But I'm just glad that this game actually has a cult following, and people really are a big fan of Friday the 13th speedruns.
Thank you very much to Leonor's Mind. Is the first verified check of anything, even if it's for work related. That's funny to see that. We were both taken aback by that.
Eric says, I'm 44, been watching Friday the 13th for 30 plus years. Wow.
That's awesome. Appreciate the suggestion though. So like I said, maybe we'll do a Chrissy and we'll do, see how those runs do tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe you'll be able to improve your time possibly.
But you guys have been awesome. But until next time, it's been Brian, aka Pops the Vid-Bits,
and I've also been here hanging out, watching chat. It's been Bray. Take care, guys. Thank you guys so much for hyping Dad up and helping him get his new personal best.
11:54, baby. We'll see. And guys, Quick Torch is on the table, but not until I'm absolutely burnt out on like what I can do as far as my personal best on just this method. But you guys are awesome. Appreciate the support. Until next time, good gains, good goals, and good RNG, guys.
Peace.